So the whole thing with Adam Silver openly talking about, waiting on LeBron. How many direct admissions of guilt is that in one statement that this should
Yeah.
by now be
It is.
investigated
But the
by a
previous
higher?
the guy sorry, it didn't even put the fucking video on the screen, much less mute it. Keep going.
No, that's
Keep going,
okay.
to me.
Um,
Sorry, that was not intentional.
no, that's okay. It's an admission of guilt by the person who's in charge of the entire league.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely it is.
Never, never, and I'm
Does anyone argue against that just for the sake of being interesting? Does anyone in the chat want to argue how it's not an admission by Adam Silver that they're pandering to a guy that they
the
simultaneously say that the league needs? Well,
I got some responses. I got some responses on my most recent video that I talked about that.
okay, okay.
And they talk about the ratings and they say that it's a ratings thing and they need to know how to schedule the games out just for
That's a
purely
lie.
for ratings focuses. Well, it's a lie and it's just a way to misdirect the point. But it goes back to just the almighty dollar, right? But AOH, you bring this up all the time. So you're just admitting then to selling out just like everybody else then. By saying that you're waiting for LeBron, then you're waiting to see what sells the most tickets. Okay, cool. But then stand on that. Don't talk about how much you love the game of basketball, Adam Silver. Don't talk about how much you love the fans or how you want to see the sport evolve and progress because you're out of your mouth publicly telling everybody you're waiting on one man to dictate the schedule. And
How is
that's
that not disrespectful to all the other
exactly
players? Because we hear all the time,
to the
"Oh, the
to the
Lakers
sport as a whole, to the
so and
sport
so
as a whole,
dis."
to players now and to players of the past. How many greats have we watched? Have you ever heard them say, "Well, we need to wait until they decide X, Y, and Z because of the schedule"? Never, never. And it's not even about basketball with him. It's not like we're waiting to see so we can go watch great developed, highly evolved basketball. It's like, no, we have to wait so we can go see what dramatic bullshit takes place on television that we get to
Exactly,
argue about every day. It's
exactly.
not even about the sport. It's about the ratings. It's about the highlights. Don't lie to us, Adam Silver, and tell us you love basketball and you want kids to play it when you're all up like just be who you are if you're gonna do that. That's the point I was trying to get across.
Yeah, I get it. I can't decide whether to go back to Uncommon Sense or to play this Rick Bucher clip that I have queued.
What's Rick Bucher talking about?
Rick Bucher, today's Rick Bucher clip is basically, shit. You know what? We have such a deep lineup. I didn't even fit in Clutch Sports attacking Rick Bucher for telling the truth. But the Rick Bucher bit is explaining how well it's the rich get richer and the everyone else suffers. It's the separation, the 1%, except for it's in the NBA. And this happened under LeBron James's watch. And we were all convinced to think that it was player empowerment. No, it was elitism. And but who it's a shame that Sports and Fitness Rants isn't here because he talks a lot about how there wasn't anything wrong with being a role player in the past. And now role players don't get paid anything, and everybody's been trained to look past them as if they aren't important. If you're not a big three or a big four, or if everyone isn't like maxing out the contract, then well, you must not be a valuable person. And that's what LeBron James
Who
did.
said that?
Well, okay. So Pineapple Midrange introduced this to us as clutchonomics, and he showed us how everyone else gets little while the guys at the top get a lot. Instead of everyone in the league getting at least a decent salary and the guys at the top getting more than them, but not this absurd gap. Not this just stupid 300 million 2-year contract while everyone else gets reduced to being a minimum guy.